Australia are back in the contest this year. Yeah, it looks like their 60th anniversary one-time thing wasn't that. This year, they're sending Dami Im and Sound of Silence.
Now my heart awakes to the sound of silence, and it beats to the sound of silence.
They're in the second semi-final, but Mikey, what are you thinking of Sound of Silence?
It's interesting to see that Australia has gone for something completely different to last year. You know, I was a big fan of Guy Sebastian last year. I liked the whole pop sort of, that groove that he sort of had, and I liked what they did. And it's interesting to see they've gone for a completely different song. You know, I think they've gone down the more typical Eurovision route this year, which is tricky because I really like this song, but what I loved about Australia last year was that they gave something new to Eurovision. Tonight again was very different. We hadn't seen a song really like that. And to be honest, I was hoping Australia could deliver something of a similar quality, something that we weren't used to, something a little different. The music that comes out of Australia is incredible. They've got such a library to choose from. And I was happy with the selection of Dami. I've got nothing against her. She's got an incredible voice, but from there, it was quite obvious this was going to be a pretty big ballad. And in that respect, she delivers a very good Eurovision ballad. But I think that's all I can really say about it. It's great, but it's nothing we've heard this 1,000 times, and it's not as strong as others have put out. I remember the first time I listened to it, I just thought, oh, this is really good. But what got me, there's no real climax. There's no key change. Within the first 60 seconds of the song, you've heard the best part of the song. I find that a little bit frustrating because there is no real build through the song. I do want to stretch though, I do really like this song. You know, compared to the rest of the lineup, yes, this is in my top 10 and I really do like it. I just had a little higher expectations for Australia. But despite all that, I think she's a safe, I think she's easily going to win the second semi-final. You know, all the strong contenders to win Eurovision are in this first semi-final. I don't think anyone will really challenge her for the victory in the second heat. In terms of what will happen to the final, I think this is another easy top 10 for Australia and a possible top 5 maybe. But I don't think this is a winner. I know a lot of people are calling this, a bid to win Eurovision. I really can't see it. You know, again, this is a ballad that we've heard so many times at Eurovision. This is nothing new. This is nothing special. I'm sure the staging will be fantastic. They pumped a lot of music into the music video, so I don't see why they won't do for the stage in Stockholm. It's tricky because I want to see her do well because I do like the song, but at the same time, I would be quite happy to see this crash and burn, purely because I think they've been very unoriginal with choosing the song. I salute them for sending a great song, and I know this is going to do very well, but I prefer Sound of Silence to Tonight Again as a song because it's more up my street, but I prefer the originality that Australia put out last year, which is what I think everyone loved about the song. And if I'm honest, if Guy Sebastian wasn't winning Eurovision, this isn't winning Eurovision.
Yeah, we all have that one song which we know is good, but we want to secretly crash and burn. I mean, mine's Armenia.
Yeah,
hey,
I'll do a little kind of like, oh, yes. If Australia does bomb in the final, it won't. There's no way it will bomb, but I'd be even though I like this song, I'd like to see it bomb.
Well, I've had to say it's a very good song, but it's not her best. Like listening to Super Love and Gladiator and the rest of what she's got, this is very weak in comparison, but it's ideal for Eurovision. I said it could struggle in the final. I think it can get swallowed up quite easily, especially when you've got the likes of Croatia's song and other strong songs. It could easily be missed, I think. I said there's a reference to FaceTime at the beginning of this song, which is quite clever, current acknowledgement, and for the market Eurovision is slowly heading towards, which is a younger demographic. The chorus, I say it's lacking for me personally.
The chorus isn't as strong as verses.
No, nowhere near. You expect that's where it's going to go bang, and it doesn't. She keeps saying about her heartbeat, and the drum beat starts at the beginning, and it's a very constant beat, so that could be it. It's what I've taken it. It's a typical ballad arrangement, as in verse, chorus, slightly different verse, back into chorus, ending. Very typical. I have said, though, the video could be a hint to the staging, where it's the one guy doing lyrical dancing in front and behind her, and that's a danger. Because we saw with Azerbaijan last year, it doesn't work if it's distracting. And it was distracting in the video, so I hope they don't do that. It wouldn't surprise me if they did. Because something tells me they're going to need to put something in there, because her just standing there, she's not powerful enough to just stand there.
I know, and I think this kind of song has demonstrated at Eurovision you need a little more than that to do well. We've said at Conmigo, Dancing in the Rain, where stunning ballads, but the televote hasn't quite gone with it. There's not been enough going on, you know. Whereas you look at someone like Sanna Nilsson, who had a fairly big ballad, but she had the staging that went perfectly with it, so it did respectfully well. So it's all well and good sending a massive ballad like this to Eurovision, but that's only 50% of it. How you portray it to Europe is it's the bipolar opposite of the scale. You need to nail that as well as the song to do well. Otherwise, it's not going to do as well. And I think Australia did demonstrate both, to be honest, last year at Eurovision and Junior Eurovision, that the novelty of Australia isn't enough to pull in the televotes. I think a lot of people were shocked last year that, you know, I honestly thought Guy Sebastian would have been an easy second place in the televote. My expectations were Sweden would have won it, Australia would have come second, you know. And to see that he was beaten by Sweden, Russia and Italy with a more current song than what Dami is sending, I wouldn't be surprised to see this not come in the top 10 in the televote. The jury will love this, as they do with all these kind of ballads, but I can see this coming mid-table with the televote if she doesn't give the stage in that this song needs to elevate it.
I mean, I do prefer Tonight Again, to be honest. I just think it's catchier, it's more memorable, and yeah, I just think the whole thing worked for Australia last year. This year, I don't see it doing as well. I think if it's in the top 10, it'll be 9th or 10th, and that's the best I could give it. Even if I loved the song, the field it's against when you get to the final, it's gonna vanish. It depends where it goes, because if it's put in the middle, it's gone. It's got no.
This is a song that needs to go in the last 5 with any shot doing very well.
Yeah, and I don't know if it will. There are our thoughts. Good luck, Australia. So see what happens. And I partly don't want you to win because I want to go to Eurovision next year, and I can't afford to fly it to Australia.